Hello everyone, my name is Alex from Ernest Alex Reads, and June is my birthday month, and this year I am turning 25 years old, and it turns out that I have a fairy godmother named Sam, and she gave me the most wonderful present in the entire world, or I think so anyway, and that is a big old stack of books. So it's time for a book haul. I'm so excited to share all of these books with you. I have no idea what they are, and I am so pumped to be making this video. So I'm back. I've opened up all of my books, and I'm very excited to talk about all 25 titles that I have received from my fairy godmother Sam. My fairy godmother Sam works at a bookstore in the Bay Area in California called A Great Good Place for Books, and she has gone above and beyond for my birthday present this year. She has picked out, with the help of her co-workers at A Great Good Place for Books and a couple other independent bookstores around the Bay Area, around San Francisco, to give me book recommendations. And so I would like to thank my fairy godmother Sam and all of the nice people. I have a couple of names. If you are watching this, thank you so much. You've made my birthday so special. I really appreciate it. Sam got the employees at A Great Good Books to recommend me a couple books, so I'm gonna talk about those in a minute. She also went to Mrs. Dalloway's, and two employees there recommended me books that I will talk about in a moment. And she went to East Bay Booksellers. She has given me some books that she personally recommends, some books that I've talked about in the past, and just some general books that look really good. So let's get started. Let's talk about the 25 books that I got for my birthday. The first books that I'm going to talk about have been recommended to me by Sam, who has organized this wonderful gift for me. The first book that I'm going to talk about is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. This book follows a Shakespearean theater troupe 20 years after the apocalypse. And I think this is supposed to be a very quiet, atmospheric novel about Shakespeare, about theater, about humanity after the apocalypse. And I have heard a lot of good things about this book, and I'm very excited to read it and have it in my life. The next book that Sam recommended and bought for me is Never Let You Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. This follows a group of friends that went to school together in the English countryside, and it is set set years later after they have finished school, and it looks back on their shared past and what makes them special. I haven't heard of this book before, but I think I will very much enjoy it. It sounds like something that would be up my alley. Sam also recommended Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield. This book follows a village as they deal with the death and the resurrection of a little girl. And the last book that Sam specifically recommended me is Little by Edward Carey. I have heard a lot about this novel, and I'm very intrigued by it. Sam talks about it all the time, and I know she loves this book, and so I'm very grateful that she's given me a book that she really highly recommends. I also watch Savage Reads, and Simon Savage talks a lot about this novel as well. This is historical fiction, and it follows the life of Madame Tussaud, and it kind of talks about her origin story and all that jazz. So now I'm going to talk about the books that got recommended to me from employees of A Great Good Place for Books and Mrs. Dalloway. An employee called Donna from A Great Good Place for Books recommends Samuel Johnson's Eternal Return by Martin Riker. This is kind of a ghost story in the fact that the main character dies and his soul gets transplanted into the body of his killer. And his ghost, this book follows his ghost, the main character, Samuel Johnson. It follows him through half a century as he tries to finally rest after his death, and it sounds pretty unique and crazy, and definitely not something that I would pick up if I was just browsing through a bookstore. So I'm so glad that it got recommended to me and given to me. As you can tell, I'm really super grateful and a bit overwhelmed. I'm very excited. So yeah, I'm glad that I have a book that I wouldn't necessarily pick up, but sounds amazing. Mike from A Great Place for Books recommended Kill the Farm Boy by Delilah S. Johnson and Kevin Hearn, maybe? This is kind of a spoof on the classic Chosen One trope. It sounds hilarious already. I love this cover. It's really bright, it's really eye-catching, and it sounds like something that I will really enjoy, and I'm so excited. I kind of want to stop filming right now and just read this book. So thank you, Mike. I am pretty sure I'm going to very much enjoy this book. And Susie from A Great Place for Books recommends The Hike by Drew Marbury. This is, from what I read on the back, I've never heard of this book as well, but it sounds like something that I will very much enjoy. This follows a professional family man. Well, he's a professional and he has a family, and he goes on a hike, and he ends up having to go on a quest in this kind of magical world. I've also never heard of this book, but I very much like the cover. I very much like the synopsis on the back, and I'm hoping to very much love all of the words in this book as well. So thank you so much for the employees of A Good Place for Books. If you are interested in looking at their website, or maybe going there if you're in the San Francisco area, I will link all of the information down below. And two lovely employees from another independent bookstore in the Bay Area called Mrs. Dalloway recommended me these two books, so I'm going to talk about them quickly. Thank you so much to those two employees. One of them is called Madeline and the other one is SP. It's really awesome that you recommended books to me and you took part in this project. And my fairy godmother Sam said that you guys were really excited, so it just makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Madeline from Mrs. Dalloway's recommended to me All My Puny Sorrows by Miriam Tawes. This book follows a pair of sisters, and one sister is a world-renowned pianist who tries to commit suicide before a international tour, and it follows their relationship, I believe, and it's supposed to be a mixture of a comedy slash tragedy, and I think it really focuses on sister relationship maybe, and probably talking a lot about mental health as well, which is a very interesting combination. I've also never heard of this book before, but I love the cover a whole bunch, and this book smells so good. I literally opened up the package and I was like, it's really weird how great this book smells, and I'm hoping that the story is as great as that smell. So thank you, Madeline, again. And somebody called SP from Mrs. Dalloway's recommended Improvement by Joan Silber. I have no idea what this book is about. However, I still don't know what it's about because the synopsis is just improvement. It just says, Improvement is a remarkable novel that examines connection and the possibility of generosity in the face of loss, with narrative twists as surprising and unexpected as the lives all around us. So thank you, SP, for recommending me this book. So those are all of the specific recommendations from independent bookstores around the Bay Area, and I'm very, very excited for these. And now, this is crazy. This is the biggest book haul I've ever had, because I still got to talk about all these books. So let's get started. Another book that I got from Sam is Britt Marie Was Here by Frederick Bachman. She was a side character and now she is a main character. And I really enjoyed reading Britt Marie I really enjoyed reading about Britt Marie. So I am pretty sure I'm going to very much enjoy this book when I get around to it. I also got The Female Persuasion by Meg Wolitzer. Just last month I read To Night Owl from Dogfish, and that is a collaborative middle grade work from Meg Wolitzer. And I have been wanting to dig into her adult fiction for a long time. Do I know what it's about? No. But I am excited. At one point I did, and I think it's going to be great. Oh, it's a novel about power and influence, ego and loyalty, womanhood and ambition. Yeah, that's why I wanted to read this book. I also received A Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. I don't know much about this besides it is critically acclaimed and that it is written in verse, and I don't actually want to know that much about it. I just want to experience it, and I'm excited to do that hopefully soon. I'm saying that about every one of these books, but it's like I want to read all of these books right now. I also got Hillbilly Elegy by G. Day Vance. This is nonfiction about and it's a memoir basically talking about culture and poverty in the United States. The next book I'm going to talk about is Going Bovine by Libba Bray. I'm thinking about reading all of her novels. They all sound interesting, and I'm excited that I have Going Bovine because I think this is going to be very interesting and possibly funny. I believe this book follows a main character that gets mad cow disease. I think. I also received Behold the Dreamers. I believe this book follows a couple that immigrated to the United States and live in New York City, and they work for a very affluent and mysterious couple, and I think there might be a mystery in there. This has been on my radar for a long time, and I am glad that I finally have it in my possession to read whenever I fancy. Sam also bought me Florida by Lauren Groff. This book is a short story collection based around a specific town in Florida, I think, and all of the stories, I believe, are interconnected in some way. I also received Prep by Curtis Sittenfeld. I don't know anything about this. I also received Tell Me Three Things by Julie Buxbaum. I don't know how to, I'm sorry for any mispronunciation. Try my best. I have never heard of this book either, and this synopsis leads me to believe that this is a romance, like two people meet online and there might be a romance. I'm excited because it is summer and that is my contemporary reading time. The next book I'm going to talk about is Gollum and the Genie by Helena Wecker. This book is also historical fiction and it follows a golem and a genie. So a mythical creature made out of clay and a mythical creature made of fire, and they live in New York City in 1899. I have been wanting to read this for a very long time. I think I will enjoy this novel a lot. I also received a book called The Beginning of Everything by Robin Schneider. Okay, the camera died, but I'm back. So I believe I was talking about the beginning of everything when the camera died, but I'm not certain, so we'll hope for the best. This follows a boy who's supposed to be a homecoming king, but a lot of things go wrong and his life is not going so well, but he falls in love with the new girl called Cassidy Thorpe. And like I have been saying, summer means contemporary for me, so and a good love story. So I'm excited to read this soon while the sun is shining. The next two books I'm going to talk about together because they're by the same author. I got Everything Everything and The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I listened to The Sun is Also the Star, but I am so glad that I have a physical copy that looks so beautiful next to Everything Everything. I think it is the perfect time of year to be reading Everything Everything. There are only 3 books left, people. This is insane. I also got Love from A to Z by S.K. Ali. This follows 2 young teenagers, and they both write diaries and they have a secret. And this book is, I think, just their diaries, and somehow they meet and they possibly fall in love. I'm not exactly 100% certain on the synopsis of this book, but I know 100% that I want to read it. And the second to last book that I'm going to, that is in my stack of 25 books for my 25th birthday, is Trust Exercise by Susan Choi. This book is set in the 1980s. It follows these students in a highly competitive performance art high school. I've never heard of this, but I am digging the funky cover and I'm digging the synopsis as well, so I'm excited for this one. And the last book I would like to talk about is We Were 8 Years in Power by Ta-Nehisi Coates. This book is a little bit different from all of the other ones, but I have been wanting to read this for a long time as well. This talks about the 8 years of the Obama administration and US politics and kind of the division that's happening in America. So this is my birthday book haul. These are 25 books that I got from my fairy godmother Sam to celebrate my 25th birthday. Like I said about a million times in this video, I am so grateful, I am so overwhelmed, I am so happy. As I said at the beginning of this video, all of the information for the independent bookstores that my fairy godmother went to and works at are in the description down below. Do check them out if you're in San Francisco. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you are having a wonderful day and you're reading a great book. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. See you in my next video. Goodbye.